If you're interested in buying a horse, look somewhere else. This one's spoken for. She'll be going all the way to Camelot. Aye. Man's name is Denholm. Seems important. Lots of men with him. They're here for the minute. Haven't you heard? They're moving everyone. Something to do with that menhir of ours. Don't really care either way. As long as they keep their promises and give us a better place to live. Don't know yet. But we're strong and we're not afraid of hard work. I'm a decent carpenter, and Gil is good with horses. I'm sure we'll find something for ourselves. Aye, and Ma and Pa would rather us alive somewhere else than dead here. Yeah, they're doing their job. For now. But let's not kid ourselves. This is a delay, not a solution. We've got time to think, and that's about it. If it gets worse, we'll have no choice but to leave. I just hope we'll have something worth bringing with us when that time comes. And what? Let him die to the weirdness? Are you insane? I've not spent years of my life making sure he doesn't get killed just to stop now. Besides, Camelot's not asking. You either leave with everything you own, or they'll make you leave with only the clothes on your back. That's one way of putting it. His farm belonged to our grandfather. My parents were tending it, but he was the one in charge. Both Ma and Pa died when Gil was still small. That left us with just dear old Grandpa. And he was a nasty piece of work. Drunk most of the time. Built like a barn door. That's something Gil got from him, I guess. He liked beating me to a pulp and telling me I was worthless. I remember he had this belt with a heavy iron buckle, shaped like a horse's head. He got it for his service as the master of horses at Warrior's Fair. Man, that one hit hard. Shame the old codger took it with him to his grave. I wish I could have kept it. So when I'd see some lowlife beating their kid, I could use it on them just like Grandpa taught me. Aye, it was. Until one day, Gil told me that he saw Grandpa pissed drunk and walking into the woods. I prayed that something would just eat the old bastard. And I guess for the first time in my life, my prayers were answered. Sure are you? You willing to pay 300 gold? Fine, you have a deal. Denholm will need to find himself a different mare.
Please, take good care of Daisy. She was orphaned as a foal, so I pretty much raised her myself. Trust me, she's the best horse you'll ever have. I guess I've spent a lot of time with him. Rob would always send me to the stables when I was getting underfoot. He'd say, "Gil, you go to the stables and don't you show your face again until I tell you." I guess I must have been an annoying kid. I do. Pa had to borrow money from Grandpa to buy it, and he had to work so hard to prove that he deserved it. After he and Ma passed away, Rob kept on working, and I did my best to help. Grandpa was, well, I don't know. I didn't see much of him in those days. And now we're supposed to just leave after everything. It feels like we're letting him down. He never seemed so bad to me. But like I said, he didn't bother me too much. If he was in a good mood, he'd even show me a thing or two around the stables. Well, that didn't happen often. But I suspect things might have been different for Rob. Take care of yourself. And Daisy.
Hope nothing bad happens today. Hey there, traveler. Better not go much further tonight. Strange things tend to assail our lands with the wilderness on the rise. Oh, it's quite the lineup out there. We've got creeping shadows and gnashing beasts that start to lurk as soon as the sun dips. They're more than just ghost stories now. They're right on our doorstep, and they seem to get bolder with each passing night. And miss all the action? No way. The folks here are stubborn, won't leave their lands. They need protection, and I'm here to give it. Plus, I get to be on the front lines if anything happens. Sure thing, I've got fire arrows. They work wonders against those creatures. It seems like they hate fire even more than I love the thrill of a good skirmish. I can part with some for a few coins. Helps you, helps me. That makes the night watch feel less like a chore and more like preparation for the big leagues.
Are you looking to buy the mill? It's seen better days, that's for sure. Even when my good-for-nothing father was alive. It needs work, but everything does if you want it to be worth something, right? Oh, my father owned the mill once. Then after he passed, my brother took it. Then his children, then theirs. As for me, I died as the miller's daughter, for the terrible crime of being the miller's daughter. The truth is, I don't remember my name. It's been so long since anyone living has spoken it. It was stupid. You see, my father was a drunkard who liked to brag, and the more he drank, the more he bragged. The problem was, not a single word he said was ever true. And for some reason, he decided to tell people I could spin gold from straw. That ridiculous rumor made its way to King Sagramore. He locked me in a cell full of straw and told me it had to be spun into gold by morning. Well, what do you think happened? I sat in that cell, choking on the stench of rotting straw, and cried. Then I screamed myself hoarse, begging someone, anyone, to let me out. By morning, my throat was dry as parchment and full of dust. But when the first rays of sunlight streamed through the tiny window, I cried again. I remember shaking all the way to the block, but my last thought was of my father, and oh, it was vicious. I don't know. One moment I was dead, and the next, well, I was still dead, but I was home again. It was like looking through a veil, still in this world, yet no longer part of it. Every beam and plank so familiar, yet not. He hanged himself, right there from that beam. I visited him, in dreams and in the waking world, until he couldn't take it anymore. I overheard someone say it must have been the guilt of my death gnawing at him. Stupid people. He wouldn't have felt a shred of guilt if I hadn't reminded him. I'm not sure. I've seen the sun rise and set so many times. I stopped counting. What would be the point? Time means nothing to me. Through the cracks in the walls, I watched the seasons change. I listened to the millstones turn, until one day, it all stopped. The mill, the seasons, now everything is so still, death-like, almost. Help? Why would I need help? I'm fine. Nothing hurts. I can see everything through the windows and the cracks in the walls. I can watch the mice in the corner all day, and no one scolds me for lazing around. I'm content. But it's kind of you to ask. People don't always care about the well-being of strangers, especially ones who are already dead. It was beautiful, actually. The fields shimmered pale gold in the sun, carrying the scent of warm dust and ripe grain. The whitewashed walls made the town glow. And the men here, I always liked our men here, you know. It looks a bit frightening, but it always felt warm. It used to, at least. Now it feels more like me with each passing day. First of all, he wasn't a king. He just liked calling himself that. Now that I think about it, surely that wasn't allowed, was it? He was a small, jittery man, yet in that cell, he loomed so large over me. I wonder, did he too lose his head for claiming to be something he was not? Come by again if you feel like talking. I don't mind the company.
Who's there? Don't come any closer. I'm warning you, my husband is just downstairs. That doesn't mean you can waltz uninvited into the first house you see. We live here. Does that satisfy your curiosity? I can't think of any place on Avalon where living without eyesight is easy, but I make do. I know my way around the entire area. I've had years to learn it. Besides, my husband takes good care of me. No. No, he's very busy at the moment. I'd rather you didn't disturb him. Well, if you're here to rob me, you're going to be disappointed. My husband and I live off the land. You won't find any riches here. Then please leave, before my husband catches you here. Please just go. Oh no. What have you done? What have you done? You monster! You killed my husband! Gods, you're heartless! What kind of monster would bring me fresh berries every day for our morning porridge? My husband was kind, gentle, and caring. And you expect me to thank you for killing him? You're sick! He wasn't impersonating anyone. That was my husband. I'm blind, not stupid. I know who lives in my house. You could give me a hand with the funeral. Just take his remains and place them on the stone altar nearby. I don't know which god was worshipped there, but they sheltered me when I needed it, and then they brought me my greatest happiness. I need to see to the flowers and proper offerings, and I just need to be alone for a while.